digital downloading and that stuff, what are some of the other problems that hinder the industry these days into making good films?
Well, okay, it's about money. It's always been called the motion picture business, the industry, show business. I mean, it's about making money. So therefore, okay. I won't go through the whole history I can tell you here, but you know how everyone said in the 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s, how the studios owned the theaters? Yeah, that's not true. The theaters owned the studios. Lowe's Inc. owned MGM.
Paramount.
Paramount Theaters owned Paramount. Fox. Skuros owned 20th Century Fox. See, everyone has that backwards. But with the Antitrust Act, they had to divorce. They had to be separate businesses. So there was a balance of power. You remember, some of you are old enough to remember when a movie came out, it would come out in like the Good Theater, downtown or wherever, and then after a while it would open and go wide, they called it, where it went to neighborhood theaters, and then it would go to drive-ins, and then it would...
Roadshow.
What?
Roadshow.
Roadshow. Roadshows were cool. Yeah. That was big movies like Ben-Hur, reserved seats, that was very cool. But now that the model's completely changed, like a movie like Animal House opened in about 600 theaters, and the reaction was so fantastic that the word of mouth is what sold that picture. People said, I saw this movie, you gotta go see it. So Animal House did better the second weekend than it did the first, better the third weekend than it did the second, and best the fourth weekend. It was out a month when it made its most money, because it kept more and more theaters, more and more people, became a big hit. Now, everything's different. Making movies is not that expensive. You know when they say it's so expensive? No, it's not. The cost of making movies is like making houses, just going up. It's the cost of selling movies, marketing. Because if you don't know about it, you don't go see it, right? So they have to market it. Now movies open in sometimes 9,000, 10,000 theaters at the same time. Why is that, you know? Money.
Bootleg.
But why? Piracy. Piracy and the fact that if you're spending advertising dollars, you have to reach the most people you can. Well, the networks have fallen apart. With cable TV, when Johnny Carson was on, before cable, 35 to 40% of the country watched him every night. So you put a commercial on Johnny Carson, you knew that at least 35% of the entire American public saw that commercial. Now, do you know what a big network audience is? 20 million, as opposed to 300 million. You know, it's like everything's changing because it's cable, everything's splintered. Also, I bet a lot of you guys don't watch TV. Like my son, he watches TV on his computer.
Internet.
On the internet, yeah. So everything's changing. And until they get a handle on it, it's difficult. But the real truth is, there are no studios owned by filmmakers anymore.